Hello and welcome to the show. It has been almost 2 weeks since I made a video last time, and I didn't mean to have this long of a break in between, but things happened. And what happened first was that I was not sick but feeling a little bit sick. I have this issue with I don't know what you call it, but basically this stomach and the acid that you kind of have there, and I think it's a very common problem that people have, and maybe something that you more commonly get when you start to get a little bit older. I don't know, but anyways, I had some issues with that, and it just made me feel not very good, not very active. And then I went and did this job I wanted to do. Basically, I own this piece of land in the middle of Finland, and there are actually, I think there are a couple of these or two of these. I don't know what you call, like blocks, because it's not all the same. Basically, you have old trees, then you have young trees, and so on. So one of the or two of the blocks, they have new trees planted almost 10 years ago now. And what happens is, these were the one that usually you see as a Christmas tree. And what happens is they don't grow as fast. So in a couple of years time, the other trees start to overgrow the Christmas trees, so to say, and overshadow them. And that means the trees don't get any light, and they are starting to, well, basically, if you don't do anything there, they're gonna die there. And you will have trees growing there, but not the trees that you actually wanted to grow. And the thing is, they were planted there, so that cost some money. And the forest was still, back then it was my grandma's basically, but now it's mine. I have this, I think it's 4 acres total. So it's not big, but it's not small either. So there's definitely some value in the forest there. And these two blocks were now kind of left there. Nothing was done. They were supposed to be cleaned up like 1 or 2 years ago already. And this was like, if you don't do anything now, the trees are gonna basically die that you planted almost 10 years ago. And then kind of all that effort and money would go to waste. So I had already ordered this job from a professional, I don't know the term, but the forest guy, or these guys that go in and do this stuff. And but it's very expensive. And now that I'm unemployed, I canceled the job, and I decided to go and do it myself, or at least try to. And some of our relatives live very close by this area, and I knew they have all the equipment that you need to, like the professional equipment. And I think the correct term is a clearing saw. So basically, you have this shredder on top of the saw, and then you kind of swoop it around and cut the trees with that. And you can go up to kind of thick trees with that. It's a very effective tool, quite heavy also to carry around. And so I called them, and they said, yeah, sure, you can borrow one. We have those here. And I spent 5 days there. Basically, I spent four full days of working on this one block. And I knew it was gonna be tough, but it was way tougher than I expected. And I was exhausted at the end of every day. And I worked from 4 to 5, maybe 6 hours. And after discussing there, I don't think the professionals work any longer than that, because it's very, very, very demanding. You have to grow this heavy saw with you all the time, and then it's not like walking and just swiping a little bit and it's all easy. It's the landscape in the forest is very uneven, so you have to kind of look around all the time where you put your foot in and lift your foot, and then be careful with the saw, because it's very effective tool, because you can just cut through these quite thick trees in an instant. So obviously you have to be quite careful with that. And me being a complete beginner in that, I was just blasting away, and the trees were cutting all over, and probably I was doing it probably the worst way you can, but I got some stuff done, and I'm really happy about that, and I got to experience that. I had been wanting to kind of do this job myself, but I just didn't have the time. And now that I had the time, I'm glad that I went there and at least tried it. And I got there were basically 2 blocks that were like, you must do this now or else these trees you planted are going to die. So I got other one of them done, and so there is the other one left, and but it's gonna have to be next year. I might actually go there in the spring, early spring, when it's not too hot. So it's more, because you get very, very hot, you have to wear all this equipment. So, and that was one of the reasons why even though I had my summer vacations the past couple of years, it's too hot in July to even think about going there. So I got some stuff done, and I'm happy. And it was so tough, and I really raise my virtual hat to all those professional forest. I'm sorry, I don't know what the correct term is for those professionals, but those who work in the forest and cut the trees as a profession. It's a tough job, and I really admire and respect all those types of workers. And so that's one thing I did. Now back to making videos, hopefully. And I actually registered my I don't know the term, it's like a business name. You can I have been wanting to start up my own business, and this is like the easy way to do it. You don't have an official company. It's not like a registered company, but it's like you basically own a business name, and this is for just like people like me, that you're an individual who wants to start trying out business. But when you have that name registered, then you have all the tax stuff that comes along with it, both for you, so you can deduct some things in taxes, and then your customers can deduct some of the taxes also, because you have this official name and this company, you get this company ID basically. So it was very straightforward to do, just maybe 10-minute process online. And I don't know, I already got the company ID. I don't think it's officially registered, but I already got the ID. So I will probably set up my website next, and I guess start advertising. and this is basically the only thing that I have come up with now. I needed a break from the IT field. I needed a break from the business world, from the office world, and I don't have a clear direct path on what to do, but I was thinking that I could provide all sorts of help for people owning houses, doing some landscaping, I have bought so many tools for my own renovation. I thought that, hey, I kind of know already how to use all of these, and I got the tools, I got some of the skills, I got a car, so I could just drive around and help people with all these different chores. And I have no idea how it's gonna turn out. I don't know if anybody's gonna call me, if I'm gonna get any business, but that was like the only thing I could come up with, and something that I could start quite easily. So and also the first thing I thought was I would start like a window cleaning business, because there you have a fairly low entry. You don't need much equipment. It's fairly easy to do. I mean, I guess it can be tough work also, but easy in a skill way. So I knew that was probably something I could do. But then after I kind of crunched on the idea these past few weeks, I thought about also doing this forest clearing job, but maybe that's way too tough for me. I could maybe do that occasionally, but as a full-time profession, it feels kind of scary, to be honest. And but so I crunched on this idea for the past couple of weeks, and I thought that why would I only like limit myself to window cleaning? Because there's all these big companies, yeah, they're quite faceless, and these kind of like big how do you call it? Well, I don't get, when I Google window cleaning and the area where I live, I don't get any emotion looking at these different companies. They are all very bland, and all use these boring stock images on their home pages and so on. There's no real person there. So I thought I would be a real person doing this window cleaning business. But why limit myself only on that? Now I thought that I can do quite a lot of different things. Somebody might need, as you can see, that one thing I haven't done. This is not a good advertisement for my company, I know, but hook up a painting on the wall, drill a hole, do some painting, do some sawing, do some polishing, or clean something, or move some trash away that people don't want to do themselves. So there are all sorts of these different, I guess you can call them handyman jobs, right? I think that's the correct term. So because that's what I have been basically doing here on my own property, renovating for the past couple of years, or the past 2 years. And I know how to work some stuff outside, and I could even cut some small trees and do stuff like that. And yeah, there's clear limit of what I can do, and then you have the real professionals for these specific jobs, like cutting down big trees, or doing some real carpentry, or building a outside house or outside warehouse or stuff like that. Obviously I can't do any of that, but the simple, easier, smaller things, I'm sure I can do that. And then also I thought about if there are plenty of these services now that offer this help for the elderly, like going to the store with them or just hanging around with them. But I hear that there are now a lot of old people that really need help, and that is something I could do also. I would be happy to do that. So this might be a bad thing to start out as, hey, I can do everything, because I'm thinking if I Google something myself, I would rather have a professional at one thing, and that thing being the one I want to get done, instead of somebody advertising that, hey, I do all this variety of different things. But so I don't know, it can be, it's probably a little bit also on the negative side to kind of put all these different things out there, but I think this is still a better way to start. Like, try out what people actually need, what services they need, because I have no idea. I don't honestly know. So I have to just hope, advertise, do my thing, do my work. And I thought about doing some old school advertising on the supermarket. They have this wall with all these different flyers. I'm gonna do that, and hopefully something will come up. And But this is where I'm at right now. It's been, I think it has been a little over a month now that I have been unemployed, and this is kind of the plan that has been brewing in my head. And now it's I got this clearing job done at the forest I had to do, and or a part of it, and now I have to start doing something. I don't have any income, so that's what I'm gonna do. And this was me after a short break wanting to just record a video about where I'm at, how things are going, and kind of just get this thing rolling. I have a lot of different topics I want to discuss in more detail, but this was just kind of like an overview of what's going on right now. And it is already evening here, and you can see that the winter is arriving or getting closer, because it's not, I think it's 8 p.m. or something, and it's already getting quite dark outside. I have to fix up my lighting here. I know I have these poor construction lights, you can't see them, but it's if I point it now directly at me, then my other my other cheek is bright and the other one is dark. So I need to also work on the recording setup here, but hopefully you can hear something, hopefully you can see something, and I will be making more content, and that's all I have. And hope you have a great day. Thanks. Bye bye.